Rodriguez. Ward earned the mantle only after upsetting a who's who of 168-pound stars in the super middleweight tournament. Ward wowed fans with a dramatic stoppage of Chad Dawson.
Ward just rocked Dawson again, and Dawson's legs are gone.
Been my Achilles heel, 16 rotator. It's not something we talked about because you don't want to highlight to an opponent that, you know, I got an issue going on and nobody knew about it. And I just had to make my left hand great. And
Ward just rocked Dawson again with another left hook, and Dawson's legs are gone, and there's the third knockdown.
I had a shoulder that wasn't well now.
Fisted Edwin Rodriguez. Rodriguez has fought and won 3 times during Ward's rehab, including a first-round knockout this July.
It goes down.
Edwin Rodriguez faces both his 7-year-old twins, who were born dangerously premature, but are doing great under the loving care of Edwin and his wife, Stephanie. Enhancing drugs because he tested. Always been his money punch.
24 fights. Victories including.
Good luck to both.
Ward hasn't lost since he was 12 years old. Rodriguez runs across the ring to try to get in a big right hand at the start of the fight, and typically Ward sidesteps.
Right away, he's the bigger fighter.
Other than landed punches.
Jack Reese is the top referee. He's often inconspicuous because of his style.
Fight the correct fights to fight one another. Ward hasn't fought in 4 to that.
You think maybe also it indicates, Roy, that...
Listen to what he said yesterday. Yesterday he said early, when a guy's struggling with weight, that's the shot he doesn't want to see.
At the weigh-in, we showed the video.
Now it's a good hook by Ward.
It's not as though he's fat and out of shape. He's in shape.
Super middleweight anyway. He can be comfortable at light heavyweight. Power jab, which disrupts everything the opponent thinks about doing. When you hit it
in round 1 to 9 out of 37 for Rodriguez. And many of you watched Mike Tyson's Undisputed Truth in preparation for, and it's our privilege right now.
Oh man, Rodriguez is trying to throw him off by pressuring the guy's head.
Ward, on your great career, can you remember facing anybody who you thought was as...
I have to think of Tony Tucker. He was very elusive and very hard to hit. Very good boxer.
You went 12 hard rounds with Tony Tucker and won the fight. A minute into round 2, each other. I'm not sure it's going to be easy, who seems to be reaching it as well.
Andre also told us in the fight dirty, he was fine with that too. He was going to play just as dirty as Rodriguez wanted to play.
There's that power jab again. And once again, stopping Rodriguez in his tracks.
Oh!
By Rodriguez. Left hook, right shoulder.
This guy puts it together. Great timing, great jab, hard and gentlemanship. Very smart, didactic fighter.
Ward says he was physically ready to fight 6 or 8 months ago. This was a long negotiation. There was a lot of... For those who missed it earlier today, Mike Tyson's Undisputed Truth is on again at Ward.
Waiting because Rodriguez is just being really wild and he's throwing him off a little bit. He doesn't throw many punches, but when he throws them, they land.
Have to do much to win the fight, to control a fight.
And you heard that when he throws them, he thinks that's a low output.
He's really experienced fighter.
And that jab is causing Edwin Rodriguez all types of problems.
You did it too. Come on.
Since the first round when Rodriguez gave him the bums rush, he has not attacked with the same ferocity consistently. And Ward has really started.
I can, boom, another straight, hard fighter.
Mike, you like to see the mix it up, huh? You like to see the contacts.
I like
good body.
Taking a lot of starch.
Keep it disrupted as possible.
1s and 2s and put something on him.
And that's
pop the jab, throw the combination.
boom.
Great stuff, Mike. Fantastic 2 rounds working with you.
Great being with you guys.
Come back anytime, baby.
Good to see you,
Mike's going already.
Humiliating Rodriguez. He could land only 7-35. Harold Letterman, our unofficial ringside scorer. How do you have it so far?
As far as scoring for wrestlers. Boy, this turned into a wrestling match.
Time. Go in that corner. Go.
The ref said he got hit.
I got intentional fouls. Max. 2 points. Unsportsmanlike conduct. 2 points.
Than that, Steve White so actively trying to calm down the nonsense in a fight.
I have not, and that's one of the things dressing rooms. He said, obviously, he couldn't do that.
It suggests to the fighters is
Got a wild hunch the fight is going to end on a DQ. Ward-Edwin Rodriguez has already lost $200,000 out of what was supposed. He winds up with $800,000 after giving 100 State Athletic Commission.
Virgil Hunter
Hit with some pretty big shots right now.
With both arms, and he can still hurt you. Tremendous left. He is humiliating Edwin Rodriguez. Ward landing. Rodriguez backs him away.
With that, and threw an uppercut, then hit him with a hook up top after the ref said break. And they kind of got into an exchange. Ref didn't get hit with a solid punch. Break. Once again, you see Edwin holding him down. He hit Edwin with a low blow and a shot up top. Then when the ref tried to get him, he threw 2 shots. So Edwin retaliated with a shot.
with an elbow.
An elbow played to its predecessors. Shields begging Edwin Rodriguez to try to score with a jab. Rodriguez turns southpaw and gets whacked
to gain some kind of sight.
Well, I just don't know that to perform at this pace for 12 rounds. His energy level does not.
Oh, another right in the chest. And sometimes a jab.
If you're on goal, Andre.
Left hook for Rodriguez lands.
That power jab of Andre Ward is really
The left hand.
a good counter of the jab.
Rodriguez has been landing some shots.
It's been a better round.
He's losing around by a wide margin, but he's landing some shots.
There's that same.
It was not meant to indicate that he was winning it. He's lost most.
Body shot.
Good body shot by Rodriguez and another left-hand body shot. And Rodriguez is starting to do some good work coming under. Ward was 16 out of 4.
Third Ronnie Shields.
Good hook. Andre.
Body punches.
It's a fight. I mean, for an ugly one so far.
Oh, combination left, right, left.
I think. Energy level is dropping. Ward has attacked his body consistently tonight. Couldn't recover from it. Advantage of him having to lose the
Rodriguez, that he wasn't concerned or bothered when Rodriguez drank water at our weigh-in, and it's always come off before. This time, they say, he put on a sweaty at the weigh-in. I said to Sheep now, he's...
Oh, good shot.
He is a light heavyweight, small cruiserweight tonight, really, because Ward has landed some big shots.
And everything Rodriguez lands, Ward
seems to be able to land the left hook at will.
To let your hands move.
followed by a right hook to the body, then a left hook to the head. Couldn't ask for a better combination.
2-4. Rounds to nothing, Andre Ward. You know, Jim, when he gets off first, he's impossible to beat. He got off first every single time. When he looks at Edwin Rodriguez, and they exchange shot.
There have been no close rounds, maybe the first. But these are all 10-9 rounds. Competitive rounds, you guys.
There was the Ward to the 10-point scale. That Roy?
Well, you know, it's a guy in a fight where he's sports of fighting here.
That is an interesting counterpoint.
Fighter won't take too many dangerous risks.
He wants to win the fight. As long as Ward can keep Edwin fighting behind him like he's doing right now, meaning that he's leading with his jab, and Edwin's only trying to counter Ward, Ward is in good shape. And Edwin's so big, right there you see the perfect sluggish that punch just well, you see how sluggish he is. Right hand to the body followed by a good stiff jab up top. That's what he does different than a lot of fighters. Most guys would throw a left hook, then he follows it with a straight right hand. That's what comes right hand to body, left hook to the head, but he throws a strong jab hook to the head, then follows it with a straight right hand. Total sweetness.
Many ringsiders today, including Max Kellerman, were able to get photos that included Roy Jones.
Couldn't ask for a better room of company. Because we know how much he struggled. pretty much has no...
Works so hard just to do things that people take for granted. And it inspires him to work hard.
And he's doing the same thing right now. He's doing something that people...
Simply to on Rodriguez's chin and create.
And it's not thrown off the back foot, but that jab...
That lands with the same authority as his left weapons in the sport of boxing.
Well, Virgil Hunter wants Andre not worry about them being his business.
Like I said earlier, that would have game competitor.
While still being in the...
He's not taking the easy way out. He's not giving up. He's still trying with everything that he has. Overhand right there that he just throws.
Minutes east of Los Angeles. Green trumps into round 9 of a scheduled 12. It's been a rough physical fight, something of a wrestling match in many rounds, and threat a little bit more fighting. And Andre Ward continues to land sharp, authority.
You have no rhythm by throwing punches. And whenever he throws it, Ward counters him with a
Ward, and it's very and Edwin has the shoulder guard covering the left side of his.
If you're looking at amazing, this is at all.
Well, here's a scare.
That's remarkable.
Time a guy can lay off 14 months and you see no ring rust.
He's, as I mentioned off the top, he said it's like he's trying to convince himself of that. Sometimes takes a little while. Negotiations, everything.
A series of this jab that I told you has been causing Rodriguez problems. Andre's left jab is so quick and so powerful. I mean, he just constantly hits him with the jab and steps around to the right to get away from the right hand. Right there, you see the jab and you see him push off. You see him come with the hook once every now and then.
Or...
Okay, Jim, I've got an 88-70. The scoring in the fight is so it becomes an 8-7 round, just in case hard score. Anyway, Andre Ward getting off first every time, landing that hard shot, and it freezes. It's defensive. 9-0, Ward.
Since 2009, Arthur Abraham, Carl Froch, and of course, the 3 knockdown elimination
years. He was in a tournament. Bracket, that's who you have to fight. It's the reason when you see guys with top amateur pedigrees, as Ward had.
Was the underdog against Kessler at the Tad Dawson, who was at that time the lineal light heavyweight, go down 7 pounds in weight to fight Ward at his weight of 168, and Ward wiped him out.
And mind you that Kessler,
Huge left hook by Ward.
Mind you that after Froch beat Kessler
out with a knockout and consecutive.
Earlier this evening, 2012 Mexican Olympian.
Right when Edwin was doing pretty good, he was in a good exchange, but he kept himself a little too wide, and that hook beat him to the punch. That's the best punch that Andre has landed all night long. And
landing 19 punches to only 6 for Edwin here. And Andre Ward is showing once again tonight that he's a truly great fighter.
Yes, he is.
Some big shots.
There's a big
body language.
Ontario, California, where 168-pound world championship, but instead is just to make weight yesterday. Around with sensational left hooks, and it's...
Imagine beating Andre. Fans will see who will make them believe that at least he has a chance is Gennady Golovkin.
He is
interesting with Ward. If he chose to go up there, I think Golovkin is the only Ward one another.
Well, the styles certainly match.
Dust settles. Who's still standing? And Andre would be wondering or south. Look what he's doing to the best available guy. He hasn't already whooped.
So you'd have no interest in a rematch with Carl
to see how
Ward is fighting in the 12th round for the 7th time in his career. We come to cards. You can see that on Harold Letterman's unofficial scorecard, Andre seeing to it at round 4 that we would see a prize. No question. 4. Oh, another tremendous left hook by.
Also learned to respect for Jack Reese, but he does punch, and that's a great thing.
If the nonsense continues.
And to dig their pockets, Jim, he has done, especially when he issued those warnings. You know, one of the jobs of a referee, careening towards something under control.
Andre Ward is doing a jab or a hook, and by
like he's going to get the stop.
Lands flush. There's another Andre Ward. Nothing was missing. To the right shoulder has made him better physically. It appears to be a shutout win.
Thing he had, Jim.
Edwin Rodriguez.